I am about to go into a consultation to see if I am a candidate for LASIK, which is something I've wanted to do since I was a little girl, but I was just not ready to do it yet. My eyesight kept changing, so it was considered unstable, so I had to wait until my eyesight was stable to even consider LASIK, and now it's stable. So I am taking the first step in booking a consultation, which is wild to me. It just gives me so much excitement, and to be quite honest with you, it is the most exciting thing, but also really scary feeling, because all I need to hear is that I am a candidate for LASIK. And since my vision has changed so much over the years, goodness, it's just gotten worse and worse and worse. It does worry me that it's potential that my eyes are just too bad to do, and that scares me. So I am documenting this moment right now for me to remember this moment and how special it is. My vision has definitely been something that's held me back. I've not been able to see anything, and no one in my family has vision like me. It's just, I don't know, I just have really poor vision, and thank God for contacts, thank God for glasses, but for the longest time it's definitely been a struggle for me. For as long as I can remember, I've needed corrective eyewear from the second I wake up to the second I go to bed. When I wake up in the morning, I reach for my glasses. I usually feel around for them, put them on, walk to the bathroom, put in contacts, and the same thing in reverse at nighttime. So it has been something I've needed every single day, and so the thought of having that eliminated altogether is something I cannot imagine, and I just am super excited for this. I've been excited all week for this appointment. The fact that I'm going in to feel out what my future could look like, I just, like, it blows my mind. All right, so let's go in. Wish me luck, and yeah, wish me luck. Alright, so it's been a roller coaster, so many thoughts. So I'm not a candidate for LASIK, which was pretty saddening, to be honest with you. I was really looking forward to being a candidate for LASIK. I just know the most about it. When they told me, it was like right to the gut. I was like, oh. Like, literally my emotions went from super excited to just like down on the ground. But they do have other options, which is a good thing. I'm not necessarily familiar with many of the options, but I have done research on them since finding out I'm not a candidate for LASIK, and I am pretty excited. So, and that's why I say a roller coaster of emotions, because it went from super excited walking in to finding out I'm not a candidate for LASIK, which was the worst feeling ever, to finding out there is a possibility for me to get corrective eye surgery, and hearing about it and just being kind of weary about it, to now getting excited to actually get it done. So I didn't know there were a bunch of different options out there, but there's LASIK, there's also PRK, which is very similar to LASIK and also very common. And then for people like me with a couple other, problems like high myopia, I also have astigmatism, but just really pretty severe nearsightedness, I am a candidate for ICL. And so ICL is basically when they basically are putting a Collamer lens in your eye, and it sounds really strange, and I didn't know if I loved the idea of it, to be quite honest with you, right off the bat. And that right there kind of stressed me out. But the more and more that I researched ICL, I feel like it may be a blessing. There is a lot of benefits to ICL, and I'm feeling more and more confident about it. For one, I'm going to be able to share this journey with you guys, because I know that not everyone's a candidate for LASIK, so I can kind of be a vessel to tell you how my experience is and do it. But also it's pretty cool because they are basically, it works in harmony with your eyes. So it's not, so with LASIK they would have to shave off a lot of my eye, to basically reshape it because of my high myopia, where this one doesn't have to do that at all with the ICL. So that's pretty cool. Also, I do have somewhat dry eyes, and I think contacts is the reason for it, but ICL doesn't contribute to dry eyes, where sometimes some people have that issue with LASIK, so I'm pretty excited to not have that. I booked my initial consultation at Boston Vision, and the experience went really well, so I'm going to continue with them the whole way through. I am going to book my ICL surgery with them. So when I was looking for corrective eye surgery or corrective eye surgeon, I just looked up places near me in the Boston or even the Rhode Island area, but all the research I had found just kept on coming back to Boston Vision, specifically Dr. Melky. He is the founder and also one of the eye doctors there. He actually was the person that I got booked with for the initial consultation. I didn't know I was going to get him, but I just did, and I was like, okay, he was the founder. He's the reason why I decided to go ahead and book this place. So that made me really excited, and so I will also be having him, I believe, for my surgery, which is great, and it makes me feel very comfortable. There's a lot of research on him, so you can look him up if you're in the Boston area. But yeah, I'm going to take you on this entire journey with me, so let's get into it. Alright, so we are in front of Boston Vision right now. I just pulled up. I have my appointment. This appointment is the one before the surgery, so I'm about 1 month away from my actual surgery date. And this appointment, they do a bunch of different tests. They make you not wear your contacts a week before the appointment, so I've been wearing my glasses for an entire week. So I think that because contacts does something to your eyes, and they want you to take them out so that it's more accurate when they do measurements. I believe they're also putting a couple of really small, tiny, like, holes in my eyes. That's not supposed to hurt. It's just supposed to feel like pressure for the lens to actually go in smoothly and not mess up your oxygen levels in your eyes. So I'm going to take you in with me, and I'll show you as much as I can of like a little bit of behind the scenes on what they're doing. Brendan's going to film. So I'm about to go in now. I'm so excited. Alright, and then get some
Blink test, please.
Now, what we're doing today is creating two little tiny holes in the iris. It's like a safety valve to let the fluid circulate well after we put the ICL. Now, you're going to feel something like this, okay, around the eye, but you will only feel maybe the first couple of shots. Okay. So, I'm going to put some numbing drops. So you're going to feel a little something. That's it. How does it feel?
Definitely feels like the flick you said, but in the eye.
Yeah.
If we knew it was going to feel that way, we could have practiced this at home.
The numbing drops definitely help.
Some tissue.
I've never felt that feeling before. Going to Capital Burger. So, just finished up. Basically said that I potentially could need to get a little more corrective laser after the ICL. I do have a high prescription of -7.5. So if I need it, it's included, and they would just go touch it up with the laser. I would imagine kind of either laser or PRK, and correct any outstanding blurriness that there is. But they said we won't know that until a couple of days after the surgery, so I'll keep you guys updated about that if I need it. I did go ahead and put those tiny little holes in my eye, and it felt like a flick to the eye, but it being on your eye, it obviously feels very uncomfortable. Eye drops that made your eyes like feel very blurry and heavy, and they also numbed your eyes, so that helped with that pain. I'm sure it would be a lot worse if you didn't have the numbing drops, but it just felt a little weird. It didn't necessarily hurt, but I definitely didn't like the feeling either. But anyways, all in all, pretty easy, and now we're driving back, and I will keep you guys updated.
Yes.
All right, which doctor are you here to see today?
Dr. Melky.
Melky. And your name, please?
Margaret Cresta.
And which eye you haven't done today?
Alright, I am here for my appointment and I am like freaking out a little bit because it's gonna happen. They said they're gonna do my right eye first and then I have to come back a week later to do my left eye. So they picked it. They said, oh, we'll do the right eye. I said, okay. But I don't know. I'm here.
Very good.
So I am back from my surgery. I did just the right eye today, and I'm just going to explain a little bit of how the procedure went and what to expect if you are someone that's going to be getting ICL. So I went in at 12:45, checked in, and as soon as I checked in, they pretty much brought me in to the pre-op room. First, I gave them my bag, my jacket, my purse, my phone, my glasses. Everything was put away. They gave me a hairnet and a gown that I was able just to put over my actual clothes that I was wearing, so I didn't have to change. The one thing that like threw me off was giving them my glasses, because without my glasses, I'm not able to see anything. That's why obviously I'm getting the surgery. So I wanted to hang on to that, but I wasn't able to. So they sat me right down in this like really big long room where there were a bunch of other people in the pre-op space. You have like your own little section. They had a really comfy chair. They put a warm blanket on you. They basically had like a ton of different nurses come say hello at all different times, and everyone was super friendly and kind and made me feel very comfortable. They like, right away started putting eye drops in my eye, so that's why I was like, okay, that's why I don't need my glasses, because they're starting right away. They put a bunch of eye drops in for the entire hour that I was there, just all different times, just more and more and more. They hooked me up to blood pressure. So I had something here the entire time. It would just like go on and off, on and off. Probably just regulating it. And then an anesthesia guy came, anesthesia, and he got me ready. He put it in actually in the vein right in the hand, but he didn't actually put the anesthesia in until I went into the surgery room. So what he gave me was considered conscious anesthesia, so I was up the entire time, but the anesthesia is just to help relax me. So it's injected, but also they put some topical ones on my eye. Dr. Melky came over, he said hello, and then he kind of walked away, went to another patient, and then eventually it was my turn to go into the actual surgical rooms. Rolled right in to the surgery room, and that's where they perform the actual surgery. So the surgery itself lasted, I would say, like maybe 10 minutes. Again, I just did one eye. It was really fast. That is when they went ahead and actually, they had the anesthesia ready, but I don't know if they have to like push it in or something, and then all of a sudden it, I guess, hit me. I didn't notice it, but I did notice it after that I felt a little bit sedated. But when they were doing the surgery, I did feel discomfort. Since my eye is open, he had asked me to like stare at like the two dots that I was seeing, but the dots that I saw reminded me of like two open scabs, and it was really creepy to know like that's my eye. I really don't know what I was looking at or if it had anything to do with my eye, but there was something going on where I just kept on seeing like these like scabs, you know, and I just had to keep looking at it. And I would, and then all of a sudden it was over. So I moved back on to the other chair that I was put on when I did pre-op, and escorted me out. Everyone was just so nice. I literally can't stop saying that because everyone was really so nice and made me feel good. Then brought into the post-op, and I'm in that same comfy chair, and this is literally when I realized, ow, this actually hurts. I don't know why, but I didn't think of it going to be hurting because I knew I was getting anesthesia and they were going to give me the topical drops, so I just felt like I wouldn't feel much. But honestly, at that moment, my mood kind of shifted dramatically, where I was just like, wow, like I just felt tired. I felt like I didn't really want to talk, where before I was socializing with everyone that I talked to. Gave me 2 Tylenols, extra strength. As soon as I took those, in the next like 3 minutes, my pain immediately went away. I was surprised. I almost wondered, could the Tylenol have worked that fast? But honestly, I felt a million times better, to the point where my mom had suggested if I wanted to go eat something, and I was hungry, and I was like, yes, let's go. So we even went into a restaurant and I ate, and I was pretty blind in this eye because I didn't have the contact in at that time. And I was sitting in there at the doctor's office. I was able to see some detail through this eye. You know, my eye's dilated, so things are blurry and it's not as easy to see things, but if I look in this shield doesn't help, but if I look at certain angles, I can actually read things and I can see it in pretty clear condition. So I'm really excited to see how this is going to heal. Honestly, just really excited to start seeing clearly. I just can't even imagine the fact that I'm going to be able to see, since this is just my right eye and I have to go back in a week and a half for my left eye. I still have that, like, this is part of the process and I'm not at that finish line yet, but at the same time I'm starting to feel excited because being able to see a little bit through this lens, I'm just thinking, like, what the hell? Like, oh, it's such an exciting feeling. Right now I don't feel any pain. It's been several hours since my appointment, my surgery, so I may go ahead and just take more Tylenol just in case any pain does come back, but I'm not sure. This could be it. Alright, so this is the very next day. I took off the eye mask this morning, and as soon as I took the eye mask off, I went and put a contact in my untreated eye so I can just see, and I was blown away by how good I could see. So I would close one eye and compare the vision from the treated ICL eye versus the one that is untreated with the contact lens in, and I could see such a significant difference in sharpness and even vibrance of color. So with the treated ICL eye, I can just see things way more sharper, and I don't know if I would have realized that if I got both eyes done at the same time. It's actually been pretty cool to be able to just kind of compare, like, ooh, I can't see that with this, but ooh, I can totally see it with this eye. And so I would say that was the one pro of not getting them done at the same time, is I just can really appreciate the difference that this lens had. So I'm really blown away, and that was really exciting for me to be able just to kind of go back and forth and compare and really appreciate how great this eye is. And I'm just so excited to be able to get done the other eye. So it's basically today I had to go up for a follow-up appointment at Boston Vision. What I had to do was just a couple of tests. They check for oxygen levels. I guess with ICL, it's possible where your oxygen levels can get high or even too high. So they're just checking to make sure they're fine, and mine were totally fine. They also did a few other tests, but everything looked great as they expected. And I had a couple questions for them, but all in all, it was very smooth. The appointment was really fast. And every time I go to Boston Vision, everything has been great. Everyone's so kind, so nice. It's a fun environment. Personally, I actually really like it. There's just so many different people walking around. It's just you can tell people enjoy working there, and it's just a beautiful location. I go to the one in Brookline, and it's just a nice place to be. So they make it very comfortable, very time efficient. They're quick, they're fast, and they're good at what they do. So I'm gonna go over some of the questions I had asked my doctor. This may be, something you wanted to know too. For one, when do I need to wear the eye patch, and do I need to wear it in the shower? So I need to wear the eye patch for 10 days straight at nighttime only. So during the day I'm fine. Just at nighttime I have to wear it, and I also do not have to wear it in the shower. I can get my face wet, I could wash my face, but just be mindful and careful around the actual treated eye. My next question I had was, when can I put on makeup, and can I put on mascara? Dr. Melky, he said that I could wear it, but just like a little bit, and just be careful. The biggest thing is they don't want you to be rubbing your eye, especially for the first week or so. So I probably just won't wear any. Can I exercise? Obviously I'm somebody that exercises regularly. All the content I post is fitness related, so for me I was a little stressed out about that. The woman that I first spoke to said basically a week or two no exercise, or no strenuous exercise, and so I was like, oh geez. And then I talked to Dr. Melky, and he had said basically you can exercise. I think he had said wait a couple of days at least, but the whole goal is not to sweat and where it goes into your eye and you know, you start rubbing your eyes, or you're kind of going like this, or you hit yourself with something while you're working out. It's as long as you're being careful and you're not, you know, sweating profusely where it's dripping into your eye, and you know, you just don't want to prevent an infection or anything, so you just want to be very careful. So that was the read I got. Just be smart. I'm not someone who sweats profusely. I'm not training for a marathon. I'm not doing any crazy type workouts, so I think I'll be fine. So yeah, that's kind of, again, my read, but of course listen to your doctor and whatever they suggest. And then halos. I know that's really common for people that get corrective eye surgery, whether that be LASIK, PRK, or even ICL. But I did drive tonight with my fiance, and I did not notice halos. You know, it was a lot of cars, a lot of street lights, and nothing bothered me, so I'm really hoping they don't appear. Also, I should say this. When I did go in and they checked the eye, I did have to do a couple of quick tests, and they said that I was 20/20. So that's pretty exciting. I could see the bottom row perfectly fine, and I didn't have to squint, and I couldn't see it very well in the contact lens. I could kind of make it out if I squinted, but not as well with this eye. Miss Cora, she's so cute. She now has a condo, that's what we call it. She likes to basically just make a mess of it though. Okay, today's the day that I do my left eye. I have no contact in it right now, so this is the last that I'll ever see of this shitty vision. Imagine that. Let's do it. Alright, so this is what I look like. I know I look a little crazy, but I'm coming in here just to give you guys the download. Today I got an anesthesia, but it was oral, so I took it under my tongue, and I'm starting to feel it for sure. I'm starting to feel a little, like, you know? Alright, we're going into the LASIK lounge. That sounds pretty fun. Okay, so I just did the surgery, and I thought I'd give you guys a quick update. This is literally like 5 minutes, or maybe 15 now after, because I was sitting for a while. But I can see out of this eye. My eye is super dilated, so it's going to obviously affect my vision, but I can literally see things through the holes. Everything's just a little bit blurry, so it's exciting. Goodbye, contact. I'll never need you again. Alright, we are post-surgery, so I am wearing glasses right now, which I'm sure you didn't expect to see me in glasses again after getting both my eyes done, but I do live with a crazy puppy. Granted, she's a puppy and literally crazy. And she has gotten me, you know, here and there with her paw, with her mouth, just trying to play, so I'm protecting my eyes at all costs. So anyways, I wanted to tell you a little bit about my surgery, how it went, and all that. So, alright, so this time I went and got my left eye done. So, Boston Vision did their ICLs, and I believe also their cataract surgery at a remote location where they do all their LASIKs at their main location. So, because I was getting ICL, I was going to Waltham to perform the surgery. So basically Dr. Milky and his staff do it there. Now, because they were able to get the approval to start doing it at their location in Brookline, I was given the opportunity to go ahead and do it in Brookline, or go and do it at the Waltham location like I did my right eye. I was like, let's try something new. Let's go and do the Brookline location. It'd be the same staff, it'd be Dr. Melky, and it was the location that I've been to again and again and again. So I went ahead, and I thought it'd be interesting also for this video to explain if there were any differences. In the Waltham location, I would say this, when I did my right eye, it was more or less a medical feel, all in all, just everything about it. Where at Brookline, Boston Vision's main location, it was more like your typical eye doctor where you sit in like an exam room and they'll put the eye drops in, and then I went into the waiting room, and then I waited in the waiting room until I got into the actual surgery room. And I walked myself to and from all these places, where in Waltham, like I said, a medical field, you were laid down in this basically like stretcher in some senses, or you know, a chair or bed on wheels that reclined the entire time. Another difference was in Waltham I was giving a IV with anesthesia, whereas at the Brookline location I was giving a, what do you call it, an oral anesthesia. So I put it under my tongue and it dissolved, and then the anesthesia hit me. I will say this, I felt less pain doing my left eye in Brookline with that oral anesthesia than I did with the IV one, which I thought would be the opposite. And when I say pain, I mean, I'm talking minimal pain, but I didn't really feel anything in the Brookline location, just a little bit of pressure towards the end of the surgery, and I did not feel any pain actually after my surgery. And if you were to do it at Boston Vision ICL, I mean, going forward, it's going to be at Boston Vision, so this review of the experience will probably be more, you know, realistic than what I was talking about in Waltham. So let me grab this. So I was given this little goodie bag. I actually got paper explaining everything I needed. I got some eye drops. I also got 2 pair of glasses. How lucky am I? I got to choose between wearing these to probably help with the light, like more of a sunglass, and then these that I can actually wear, I believe, at nighttime. So last time they gave me, and they gave me this time, an eye shield, and I went and bought tape and I literally taped it on my eye for 10 nights in a row. Where last night I actually went to sleep with this. It does secure your eyes pretty well, and I thought this was so much easier because I don't have to actually go and put tape on my face. I could just wear these glasses to bed. So I really like that. In terms of how I'm feeling now, again, there is a little bit of pressure and a little bit of pain when I blink. It feels a little bit scratchy. And when it comes to my vision, I will say this. At the moment, my left eye is still healing. My right eye is sharper than my left eye. And I will notice it when I close one eye and kind of just straight up compare. Like when I open both eyes, I can see perfectly. And I am 20/20 in this right eye. And I probably considered 20/20 in this left eye too, I would imagine. I don't know. I will let you know. Have an exam or an appointment in, they said, 3 weeks. So that is when I'll be able to talk to them and see how my eyes are, how it's adjusted, and you know, if I were to need any correction, maybe that's something I would talk to with them. Obviously I really hope I don't need it and that my eyes will just heal perfectly. But when it comes to my right eye, it's been over 2 weeks now and it's phenomenal. I mean, it's healing really well. I don't really feel much pain at all, ever. I feel more comfortable just having the ICL in it, whereas the left eye, of course, I am now recovering all over again. Thank you so much for following along with this amazing journey that I've been on. I feel like I can get emotional right now talking about it because it is something I've wanted since I was a little girl, and I cannot believe that I actually have this eyesight. Like, that I am able to wake up with this. To be honest with you, it has not even hit me. Having just the ICL in one eye and having to put the contact in the left eye, since my eyesight is so drastic between, you know, an untreated eye and a treated eye, you know, I never felt like I had got to enjoy the results of having ICLs, but now I can. I have it in both eyes, and it's something I don't think I have been able to wrap my head around and accept that this is reality. But I want to thank everybody at Boston Vision, Heidi, Rick, Dr. Melky, all of you guys have been phenomenal, the entire staff. Thank you for making this happen for me and making my dreams become a reality. I couldn't have had a greater team to make such a special time in my life a reality. I mean, I don't think if you're watching this, you probably have some interest in getting corrective eye surgery, unless you're just curious. But if you have poor vision, you get it. I don't have to explain it anymore. It's just, it's such a gift to have vision, and it's not something I would ever take for granted, and this moment is so special. So I just want to document that and really remember this moment, because it's one, in a couple years from now, it will be so second nature for me to wake up and go and not have to fuss with contacts or glasses, and I'll never be able to see what my old vision looks like. It's just so weird, and I want to just capture this moment. So this is a vlog to help all of you guys figure out if ICL is an option for you, but this is also like a diary entry for me. It's something I'll be able to always look back at and remember. I'm gonna wrap this video up. I'm sure it was long enough already. I have to go put this all together and see what I can make of it. So thank you so much, and I'm so happy that I have this amazing vision right now. Subscribe if you want to see more videos with me. Good night.